And then Inscape, you made reference to the fact that it's not just about the academics, it's not just about the curriculum, but the person as well. How do you care for the person?
Oh, wow, in so many ways. So, we do it first of all through our staff. It's important for us that we remain authentic, that you're allowed to or able to show up at work as the human that you are. We adopt an outward mindset. We try to see the human in everybody. Again, it goes back to the term Inscape, which is the unique inner essence of the human. We talk a lot about how we engage each other. And so imagine if we are all blobs floating around in the universe. Each time I act, you react. I enact a response to your reaction. And we talk about these things. So there's this mutual respect and understanding of each other. An example that gets set right from the top throughout the organization. And this filters down into the student body as well. And so, those terms, open door policy, they're real. We know our students. We've created an environment where there's safety and security, where people can express themselves, where there are boundaries, but where I can express myself in a way that I'm accepted and I can learn self-respect through that expression.
And in that environment, you've created a scenario where the engagement of the faculty with the students in some way prepares the students for what will be a real world dynamic when they get given work opportunities. How do you do that?
So there are a few very intentional ways that we do it. And then I think there are some ways that are as a consequence of. We encourage students to, as an example, present almost everything, right? So by the time they've finished 3 years of a degree with us, they've presented so many times that they go into industry and they can actually hold a conversation. And it sounds so futile and so simple, but in an environment where you might have 400 to 1,000 students in a class, you don't have that opportunity, right? So we have a smaller, more intimate environment which allows us to do things like that. But then we've also implemented other intentional areas. We have for example, 48-hour brief where we bring industry in and the students engage in a real life problem that they need to solve for whichever corporate it is that they're working with. Generally, it's something, to do with the group project, and they interact with that industry player. And so they're constantly expected to step in and step up into these sort of real life environments. Another project we've called it Project 81 because we were established in 1981, and it's quite an intense week where, again, it's a lot of group projects, a lot of group dynamics. It's an opportunity for senior students to mentor junior students. It's an opportunity to understand the way we do things at Inscape, and we have a very specific way that we do things, where we promote an eco-centric view of the world rather than egocentric. So we're trying to shift people from self to how do I serve others, and that sort of happens in that very intense week near the beginning of the year, so that as the student continues, they understand the system, they understand the way we do things, and the rest kind of rolls out.
Yeah. Let's talk about your curriculum and how you design it. One of the things that I think sets the private higher education institutions apart is the agility, right? And the ability to evolve and, I suppose, respond a lot more to what the job market demands. That's true for Inscape as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So our mission is actually to ensure every active participant is work ready, life ready, society ready, and challenge ready. And so the curriculum is filled with opportunities, learning opportunities that test my tenacity, how I arrive for a challenge, how I solve problems, how I consider others in my immediate environment and my broader environments, my impact to self, to my friend, to my family, to my community, and then, of course, to the broader community as well. How is what I'm doing today going to impact the world at a later stage? Very impact-driven sort of approach within the curriculum as well. Society really, how do we interact? When I leave here, yes, I can do all the things I need to do as a designer, but how do I build relationships? How do I collaborate? How do I serve others? How do I remain a lifelong learner? How do I continue to remain humble? How do I all the kind of, I suppose, soft skills as well, which are all sort of filtered or filled embedded in the curriculum in just the way we engage and we do life with the student.
Helen, thank you very much. Thank you for spending time with us today. I hope I passed, she says.
Thank you.